I've been wanting to give this anime a try for a few years now, but its lengthy episode run of over 40 minutes a pop kinda got me scared and kept me away from this otherwise awesome show. A harem mecha anime. It's a recipe for success. Well, at least it used to be in the 90s and late 2000s. However, even now, the most popular and successful anime are the infamous mecha genre. Evangelion, Gurren Lagann, or Code Geass, to mention a few. And now we have War on Geminar. So to begin with, I like it when an anime has planned a complex and compelling story from the beginning. Learning more about the fictional world we find ourselves in each episode allows me to immerse myself in the experience. Anime like Fire Force or Die in the Frantic Six are pretending to have an already established story, but as the anime progresses, you find out how desperate they really are to connect all its ideas in a mess of a narrative. In War Wargamere, we get clever hints in regard with the politics, lore, and combat abilities of our waifus spread out in between each episode. I like the skillfully storytelling and rewards the viewer for paying attention to details and gives me a sense of achievement whenever I piece a plot twist together or figure out the situation before the main character does. Which is not that hard, I might add. Kenji is the typical clueless, naive harem protagonist who can hold his own in a fight and can dominate his bitches with ease, but still possesses stereotypical traits of the genre. He's not the awesome, overpowered pervert like Issei Hyodo, but more or less a hero trapped in a foreign world.
It is exactly what you expected, Lashara.
Yes, that's it, Kenshi. Give that old bag a hot massage. Come on!
Before isekai became such a trend, finding yourself in a fantasy world, while not reincarnated, was hot on the market. For some reason, nowadays you have to die or become someone else to enjoy adventure in women and other alternative reality. Ever since SAO, Overlord, and No Game No Life, this isekai trend has been overused for convenience reasons alone.
It's fine, I'm here. I won't let anything happen to you.
Kenji, you saw my body, didn't you?
How can a secure 40-year-old virgin or an overworked corporate slave become a legendary, handsome, and overpowered hero? Well, you have him reborn with powers in another world. This way he does not have to learn or train for his abilities, presenting as a cheap and shallow experience. This is why isekai is despised by the internet community. Back to our born protagonist and succulent waifus, gotta admit, it's not the story, action, or lore that got me interested in War on Germar, but the beautiful and fit waifus. Such a variety of women for me to feast my eyes upon, from the lowly princess to the big sister teacher, and the awesomely fit and tall dark elf Holly, by the name of Aura. This is a rare case when the dark skinned girl is my main waifu.
Listen, I can no longer get married. Since you've seen me, please take responsibility.
Regardless of how blue the eyes of the blonde, white-skinned princess are. I watch way too much hentai not to appreciate why here on dark-skinned elf waifu. Aura is tall, prudish, determined, and has some amazing boobs to jiggle and bounce in her introductory scene.
Registry unknown. It's just as we were told.
This brings me to another one of my favorite things in anime, the fanservice. Boy, did I come up in the right place for that. While War on Geminar does not exactly have much nudity, compared to the likes of DxD and to Love Ru, the anime does indeed contain a lot of fanservice and ecchi scenes with our busty beautiful bimbos. As always, I'm watching the dub version. It's kind of funny how Carla from Fairy Tail is the princess in this anime, by the name of Asu Lashara.
Anyway, stay right here and try to be good. And be sure not to tell Kiaya we brought this to you. She is inflexible.
While Lucy is the mechanic, and Ria's Gremory is the busty, voluptuous, and naughty older sister archetype, with provocative and teases Kenshi with her alluring feminine body.
Will you do me a little favor and call me Big Sis instead? Big Sis, please.
Okay, big sis.
Sadly, you won't get partiality if you are not taking the opening song into consideration. It really surprised me to see boobs and naked female hips in the very intro of the anime, but definitely got me hyped for some action, both in their mecha suits and as they get lewd and nasty in front of the main character. Aura's my favorite because of the prudish insecure personality and her tall rockstar body. She's always in heat, and seeing such a proud, beautiful woman succumb to her desire just adds an extra layer of enjoyment and fun.
I can't believe I had to activate my field. That was pathetic, Aura.
I like it when anime finds ways to humiliate noble, powerful women. It feels so shameful and rewarding to see them play with. Speaking about powerful women, the princess seems to be the center of the story, while also the character with a plan and the brains to put into motion.
Nice. She took the bait.
Kiaya!
We have to admit we are a little eager to see what we catch this evening.
I really enjoy her bravado and confidence. Though young and pure, she seems to crave adventure and face numerous plots and obstacles in front of her with diligence. The main character is a small part of the political intrigue of the land, with a crucial unexpected individual who changes the balance of power and provides so much entertainment and fun for our waifus to enjoy and revel in. It is mostly women who can pilot these weird flying robots, and finding a male compatible with this machinery is rather rare. Here's where the allure of the main character starts to show. That and the fact he is an attractive young man in a world where all the other guys seem like uninteresting dudes. Man, having so many women jiggle and knock hot and bother around you must feel like heaven. At first that was not the case, as Kenshi was used by some assassins to try and murder the princess. Thankfully, he gets captured and shortly gains her sympathy and trust. In fact, he inspires such goodwill and confidence that Asu even desires to be touched by him. Her second in command is hot as well, Foran Kiaya. First, we stare at her boobs, then we see a nice frame of her ass, to finish with a modeling pose for the camera. Speaking of women, the bad guys also have an evil-looking waifu. Her name is Doll, which pretty much is a puppet or, well, I guess a doll. She kind of looks like the evil version of Lucy from Elfenlied, whenever she's not new. Also, her green hair reminds me a lot of the main chick from Code Geass. Green hair but opposite personalities is all business, and I really enjoy her casual behavior, even while dealing with combat situations.
You want me to kill Kenshi? With my hands? Surely you jest.
Now, from my superficial research, the War on Geminar franchise had some other properties prior to this adventure, but even so, this anime gives you the basics. A random boy gets teleported to some fantasy realm, and now he's a harem king, with the hottest girls on the land. When it comes to lore and world building, this anime takes its time to slowly develop its narrative and give us insight on the custom, religion, and politics of this weird zealot mecha parallel universe. We get the Holy Land, which is more or less a religious neutral area, where royalties and other protege gather to study and learn to pilot those overpowered flying machines. Apparently religion plays a big role in their society, and a lot of their combat abilities are related with sacred ritual practices. I like futuristic world with a clever religion spin on otherwise technological advanced society. The academy is primarily populated by women, and our protagonist is in luck, as he displayed deeds of tremendous physical prowess. He has become the center of attention, on top of me, the Empress attending.
You're Empress Lashara's attendant, aren't you?
Yeah.
Why don't we go to a more private place to talk? No, don't try hogging him, Pool! Yeah, that's cheating! He should be able to talk to whoever.
Kinda weird how strong and talented Keiji is, considering he is supposed to be some average Japanese guy. However, in the 90s, it was normal for the main character to actually be a capable and productive individual. Even in Ushio and Tora, the stereotypical protagonist is able to lift way more weight than his body should have allowed. Keiji is beating all records when it comes to working and completing every task given to him. When it comes to fanservice, like I say, I mostly see the naked backs of our waifus, which is a shame, but necessary censorship to keep the anime PG. Still, then why give us nipples in the opening, if you're gonna be classy about it? We see the smooth white naked back of the princess as she's taking a bath, and Keiichi intrudes on her.
What is the meaning of this? What in the world did you think you were doing?
Misa is a pretty good waifu. I prefer her as a teacher rather than big sister. I like her more formal haircut and the confidence style she has as a tutor for all these excited ladies.
Fine. Okay, I'm coming. I'll let you each have a turn with me. Is that better?
Now, where War on Geminar kinda lets me down, it's with its passive and linear storytelling. Man, this is kinda boring to have the main plot stretched out so thin in extra lengthy 40-minute format. What were they thinking? Not only is the story taking its sweet time to get anywhere, but the runtime was also increased to focus more on the mundane insignificant events of our main character, rather than him experiencing edgy fanservice focused scenarios with the beautiful waifus around him. There are some fun naked interactions, but the main focus of the show seems to be the world building, which sadly works to detriment, since this alternative reality is kind of boring and dull. This other dimension dynamic should only serve as a pretext for our main character to experience her harem and a fantasy adventure. There's also this weird secret plot of which we get hints every passing episode. Then it's good at world building, if you desire to immerse yourself in it. Something I truly appreciate, however, is how even though this is a mecha action show, we get full episodes with little to no action. Sometimes the anime focuses primarily on character development. I love how we finally get an action anime that has the guts to not only present us with the fighting, but allows more time for characters to interact with each other. I give War on Geminar an 8 out of 10. It's a good harem anime, but a bit slow and lengthy considering its simplistic story.
Save Kenshi when he's in a pinch and go as far as you can with him, if at all possible. If we're to steal him, we must be aggressive.